Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hi Pile 1. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing a pick a card love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through who are you to your person, where do you stand with them, and what is it they want with you in this connection ultimately. Okay, so keep in mind, you guys, it's a general collective love reading, so whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with it. Claim it if it's something that you want to claim. If something isn't resonating or it's just not quite landing, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with, okay? I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category, and many of them are just $25, and I'm adding to the $25 love reading list. I don't want to say often, but I do. I add to them. So go check and see, go check them out, see which ones resonate the most with you. So you guys were drawn to the Clear Spirit Quartz cluster. Let's find out the overall vibe for who you are to your person. We've got cleaning house, but it's showing up in the reverse. We have the number 37. The number 10 or the number 1. So there could be something here about maybe cycles ending so that another one can be completing. And right as I said that, look, I got the world. Okay. We also have, let's see, we got the Page of Swords in the reverse, the 8 of Swords in the reverse, and then we have the 6 of Pentacles also in the reverse. There is a message coming through, like, you know, you are, or you have the potential to be everything to your person, but there might be something getting in the way here when it comes to cleaning house in the reverse. Let's find out what's going on with that. Let's see. All right, in the reverse it says, why do you hold on to things that remind you of the past? Is your home cluttered with objects that bring up unhappy memories? Do you have a tendency to attract broken people who need to be fixed? If you're involved in this type of emotional project, stop right now and quote-unquote clean house. Being needed isn't going to get you what you really need. That said, even if you initially resist letting go of excess physical or emotional baggage, you'll feel amazing afterward. Let go and let the universe bring you something better. Make space. The universe doesn't like a vacuum and will respond to your house cleaning by filling your home with what will best serve you. Your person could possibly see you as maybe holding on or still dealing with some kind of emotional baggage left over from the past, possibly something that doesn't, I mean, it could have something to do with your person, right? And maybe you have a hard time or difficulty letting go. There is kind of an energy here of, you know, there's a clean slate coming through, like the potential or the possibility of a clean slate. And just put the energy where it sees fit. There might be a couple of camps here. There might be some of you where, you know, the history that you have with this person, if there is history, it's not bad. Like your person hasn't necessarily done anything to you, but you might still be holding on to, you might have some trust issues. There we go. You might have some trust issues, and whether or not the trust issues have anything to do with your person and your experience them or not, there's kind of like, you know, it's either your person and your connection can be a clean slate, or that's what your person is wanting, like who you represent to them can possibly be a clean slate, but there might be something getting in the way here in terms of like, you having trust issues stemming from the past, whether it's with your person or someone completely different. And so with the World here, there's definitely a sense of needing to wrap that up so that you can begin anew, so that you can start over with a clean slate. But that cleaning slate needs to come from your side. You need to be able to wipe away any kind of attachments or aversions that you have still stemming from the past, okay? And I know, especially if what happened in the past is a direct experience that you had with this person, I totally understand it can be difficult to do that, right? But there is an energy here of your person either wanting to start over, or they don't want to be held accountable for what somebody else did to you, right? We'll see what direction this is going to go. So pile 1, you're showing up to your person as somebody who does carry baggage. So you might be holding on to old wounds, memories, or even people that, you know, maybe weighing you down or weighing this connection down, which is creating an impression that your energy is very crowded. It's not fully clear and it's not fully available. Again, clean slate, right? Wanting to come through. This is what your person is wanting. So your person may feel that you're still in the process of sorting out your own inner, you know, your own inner space, and that you might not fully have made space to receive what your connection with this person, your person, could bring, okay? With the World here, there's a couple of different camps. I don't want to have to keep shifting back and forth. But, you know, you are representing a major cycle for your person, and possibly the completion of one chapter and the opening of another. You know, so this could be your person if this is somebody that you have this history with and they're the reason why you have trust issues, right? This is them wanting you guys to just completely close the book on your guys' past and start completely new, as if that past never happened, okay? They're not necessarily saying they want you to sweep everything under the rug. But, you know, if you are desiring a new start and a new chapter with your person, pile 1, and your person has done wrong to you, it's like the only way that you guys are going to be able to move forward is by way of starting over, as if it's a completely brand new connection, whole new person, a completely clean and clear slate, right? And if this is somebody where those trust issues aren't stemming from your person, then it's like they want you to be able to completely, it's like, you know, don't hold me accountable and don't have suspicions with me based off of, you know, because they haven't done anything, right? Anytime you do start out a new relationship with someone else, it's always best to have a clean slate, and not to bring those emotional baggages, or you know, those trust issues into a brand new relationship. That's why they always say it's better to be single after major breakups and stuff, because if you just jump into a whole new relationship with someone else, then you are bringing emotional baggage with you and trust issues until you've had time to really clear those things out. Okay. Who you are to your person with the Page of Swords reversed, this can suggest that you might come across to your person as somebody who is constantly questioning and doubting rather than fully trusting. Again, trust issues. And so they may see you as somebody who is always on the lookout for signs that it's like you're watching, you're looking, you got a microscope, right? Or a magnifying glass, constantly questioning everything, hyper observant of the situation, looking for things, not necessarily like you're doing it on purpose, but this could be a very unconscious thing. It's like you're hyper vigilant, looking for anything that might suggest that, you know, there's a threat between the two of you, or a threat to your guys' connection. It's 11/11. I'm sorry, 1/11. Right when I said that. Who you are to your person, they're picking up an edge of defensiveness when it comes to you. Like you're very defensive of your space. It's stemming from those trust issues. Almost like you're always on alert for red flags. And the thing here, pile one, is when you're focused and hyper focused on things, it's like whatever it is you're looking for, you're gonna find. Okay, and this is coming from a manifestation standpoint. And sometimes when we are hyper vigilant on, you know, needing proof that you can trust, what you're not understanding is that you can, what do they call that? Man, there's a saying that's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, and I lost it. Damn it. Maybe it'll come back to me. Sorry, you guys. Let's talk about the Eight of Swords reversed. There is a hopeful energy coming through with the Eight of Swords reversed. And so while they're kind of seeing that there's some emotional baggage here and you having some trust issues and stuff, they may also see you as somebody that's in the process of breaking free from, you know, that emotional baggage and those trust issues and like old limitations. And so this is your person seeing you as somebody who isn't doomed to stay trapped in that fear or that emotional baggage forever. Your person may even admire that you're working on releasing those old constraints, even if it's not yet fully complete, okay? So there's kind of a divide. You know, your person can see like, okay, you're working through it. They may have even see you making strides and getting better and handling your triggers better and things of that nature. But with the Six of Pentacles still showing up in the reverse, this is them seeing there's still work left to do. You're still kind of in an imbalanced energy when it comes to this connection, still very much holding tightly to, am I safe? Is my person in this connection a very safe space for me, right? This is where you're coming from, that your person is viewing you as. They may still see you in the energy as being somebody who overextends themselves in relationships, or, you know, working to fix things, or giving more than you receive. And they may see you as the flip side of that too. It just really depends on your attachment style. It can go either way, especially if you're somebody that identifies more of having like a fearful avoidant. Like when your person is you know, leaning into you, that might be when you tend to pull away. And when your person pulls away, that's when you tend to lean in, right? But who you are to your person, you know, yeah, they see you as somebody who's learning to break free from your own patterns and trust issues and stuff. But They still see you as somebody who might still struggle with wanting to be needed instead of allowing true, like a true equal give and take. There's a push and pull in your energy, that like an inner struggle within yourself that your person is detecting. And so overall, who you are to your person, they see you as somebody who's a work in progress, all right? Someone who's shedding the weight of past pain and imbalances. You could potentially be somebody that your person sees as the world to them. But this isn't fully, like, that potential is there, but it's not going to be fully realized and recognized and lived out in the 3D until you're fully able to clear away those trust issues and that emotional baggage that's stemming from the past, whether that past is a direct reflection or a direct experience that you had with your person or not. They also see you as guarded, very watchful and very cautious, not fully open in communication, and possibly even defensive. You may not feel yet the freedom to fully express what it is you're thinking and how you're feeling, because there's still kind of an imbalance, or there's not trust here that, if you fully express yourself and what you're thinking and what you're wanting, that your person isn't going to just pack up and leave, right? And so your person is seeing you as somebody who's learning to balance giving and receiving, and stepping out of old cycles of overgiving or attracting people who drain you. So who you are to them, pile one, you represent both potential and, deep lessons. There is attraction here, and the possibility for completion and wholeness in your guys' connection. But your person still sees that there's still work that you're needing to do. There's still some things that you're needing to let go of and heal from and stuff like that, okay? Let's see. We're going to find out, where do you stand with them? Pile one's person. Where does pile one currently stand with their person? Oh, we got love call. Okay. This is someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. And I just want to reiterate, for those of you who aren't familiar with this deck, that there is another card in here that talks about, like, just talking and conversing. This is specifically talking about expressing love and messages of love and thinking of you fondly and letting you know and stuff like that. Let's get a couple more. The butterfly in the reverse, and then we have not enough, and then bottom of the deck, ooh, we got wedding rings. I'm telling you, the potential for this is here. Okay, the potential for, wedding ring says union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. That is the potential for that is there. What's butterfly? This says relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth, but it is showing up in the reverse, okay? This might be your person for where you stand with them, pile one, wanting to move things with you to the next phase and wanting to see the relationship between the two of you evolve, even to the extent of getting married. However, your person is very frustrated in the relationship, and they do have a lack of confidence when it comes to moving the connection forward with you, because they see you self-sabotaging quite a bit, okay? They see, and the reason why you're self-sabotaging is because there's still, you might still have like a fear of abandonment, there might still be fear or ego issues, and there might be something here about jealousy, okay? And so your person could be holding off on extending or evolving or moving this relationship onto the next phase until, this is coming from them, okay? And you might very well have jealousy issues stemming from, the past, or trust issues and stuff like that. And so this is just one of those things, pile one, your person is saying, like, if you can get a handle on your jealousy issues and your propensity to self-sabotage because of trust issues, they would love to move things in this connection forward with you. They would love to move things to the next phase, even up to and including, okay, wedding rings, getting married, union. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see, their thoughts and feelings. Give us more information on who you are to them and where you stand and stuff like that. Tell me more. Pile one's person, what are their honest thoughts and feelings for pile one in the connection? I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. Okay, and that's coming out right underneath love call. Let's get a couple more. Their real true thoughts and feelings towards pile one at this time. Yeah, okay. So this is favoring the side that says, I want this more than you know. But I mean, there is still some energy here of your person still not being sure. A lot of this hinges on you, like in your ability to let go of the past and get past trust issues and stuff like that, okay? And what they're saying when they want this more than you know, they want the same things from you that you want from them. Maybe even more so. Okay, they want to work things out with you. They want this connection with you to go the distance, you know, including marriage. They want that with you. Okay, let's get one more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile one, please. What they're saying with I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. This is coming through more in the energy of like they're not avoiding committing to you. But they want to commit to you. They want to take things to the next level, whatever the next level for you two might be. But what they're saying is they need more time to see if if you're going to be able to transcend some of your own inner obstacles, your trust issues, your jealousy issues and stuff like that, okay? They need to see consistency in terms of you letting things go and starting anew, okay? That clean slate again. Let's get one more. Your real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile one and their connection with pile one, please. What we've got here. Still holding a grudge. Yeah. I'll see if that's more your energy or their energy. Back of the deck says it's just a game to me. That might be what's triggering you. Maybe you felt at one point like you weren't being taken seriously. And that could have been an honest, true experience that you've had, right? This is at the bottom of the deck, though. So regardless of whether or not this could be a fear of yours. And it could be that that's how your person may have been, or that may have been like what your experience has been. But your person is not in that energy towards you, pile one. They're not looking at you as just being a game to them. Not at all. They are in the energy of wanting to take you in this connection seriously. But until they see some changes and some consistency in how you show up and how you're able to let go of the past and not hold anything against them, let some of your trust issues go and start opening up yourself, start opening up your heart space and really letting them in, until you're able to really know and feel that you are safe with this person. And they want you to feel safe with them. They want you to know that you are a safe space for them, right? That things in this connection are not going to be able to move forward in the way that both of you want. They want it just as much as you do, if not more, is what they're saying, okay? Let me find out what's going on with still holding a grudge. Whose energy is this? Is this pile one? Or is this their person? Pile one or pile one's person? It's them, okay? And it doesn't so much feel like they're holding a grudge against you. What's the message that's wanting to come through? Something about jealousy. Jealousy here might be very, very... Your person is yeah, and then look, we got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. Yeah, they want you to feel confident. You know, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse is somebody that's very jealous, because the that's the Queen of Wands in her dysfunction, right? If you were embodying the Queen of Wands in the upright position, you're not worried at all what your person is or isn't doing, because, you know, if your person is not behaving in a way and they're not a safe space for you, it's one of those thank you next kind of energies. It's like, you know, the Queen of Wands will hold space and will be vulnerable and be warm and receptive until she has a reason not to be. And even then, it's like one of those things where, okay, you're not a safe space, so I'm going to move on and find the person that is, right? The Queen of Wands in reverse, though, is somebody who holds grudges, you know, and that really is kind of anybody in their dysfunction, but your person is really wanting to see you come through in Queen of Wands in the upright position. And then they're not saying, right, that, what is it? What's the energy? What's the message here? It doesn't feel like your person is asking you to just, you know, act like the past didn't exist or that those things didn't happen. But they're asking you to be able to heal to the point where even if they were to show their ass, so to speak, you have the confidence to walk away and just let that be that, right? And I know for some people that's a tall order, but the Queen of Wands in the upright position is able to do that. The Queen of Wands knows she has options, right? There's not a scarcity mindset when it comes to the Queen of Wands. They're just confident. The Queen of Wands in the upright position is just confident, self-assured, self-possessed, self-validating. And yeah, it's nice to receive validation from someone else, right? Or to receive chemistry and, you know, energy from someone else, but the Queen of Wands in the upright position doesn't cling to that need, because all of that energy is within the Queen of Wands in the upright position just itself, right? Themselves. So that's kind of what your person is asking of you, pile one. Understanding, yeah, you know, I understand you've been hurt, pile one, but can you not hold that against me anymore? And until they're able to see you not holding that against them, they're going to have a difficult time moving things in this connection forward with you, even though they very much want to. Let's find out what they want. Pile one's person, what do they want with pile one? And then we will close up your reading. Pile one, if you're getting from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor, make sure you are smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you want to, just simply by subscribing. And don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Okay, you guys, pile one's person. What does pile one's person want with pile one and their connection with pile one? They want things to work. And they want to put in the work, right? This is your person coming through and saying they have all the energy for you that you need from them, but they're holding off because they don't want to feel held account. They want a clean slate. That's all there is to it. They want a clean slate. Especially if your person wasn't the one that gave you trust issues. You know, okay? Let's get a couple more. What does pile one's person want with pile one and their connection with pile one? We got, ooh, Beauty and Chaser. Your person's ready. Pile one, your person is ready to take things in this connection to the next phase, the next level. They're ready to do the wedding rings thing with you, okay? They're ready for union. They're ready to take this seriously. They're ready to be everything that you want them to be. And they're even saying, I'll give you the world, pile one, if you could just let go of the past, right? And here's beauty in the upright position. That's the Queen of Wands in the upright position energy. If you could just embody that energy. They're saying that they would take things to the next level with you in a minute. Very much so. Chaser says validation of self-worth. This is what they want from you. They want you to be self-possessed, self-validated, self-fulfilling. And this is two whole people coming together and just sharing from the abundance that they have within themselves, right? Your person is opening this part up with work. They're saying they'll put all, this says working hard and long hours. They'll do whatever it takes to give you the kind of dynamic that you want. They're even saying that, you know, they're willing to jump through a few hoops if that's what it takes, but they want to know that there's, you know, they want to know that at some point you're just going to trust them. So a few hoops might be something like, you know, if you're someone who has been cheated on in the past, right, and now your nervous system is clocking threat when it comes to social media, or just, you know, messages or whatever, your person is saying, I'll give you the passcode to my phone if that's what it takes. I'll give you the passwords to my social media if that's what it takes. Like they're willing to do stuff like that, but they want to know that, you know, at some point that you are going to be able to feel safe with them to the point where, you know, yes, those things are there, but you no longer have the impulse or the compulsion to constantly check, right? I hope that makes sense. Main lady at the bottom of the deck, this is what they want. They want you to be their main person and their only person. They want to, for what they want, this is focused on one person, and that's you. But this is showing up at the bottom of the deck right now because your person wants to know that you're going to let go of whatever past stuff that you went through. They want to know that you're going to let go of that past baggage and not either continue to hold them accountable or hold them accountable, especially if this is coming through in the energy of somebody where, you know, your trust issues may have nothing to do with your person, right? Okay, pile one, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I look forward to reading for you again sometime soon. Bye, guys. Pile two, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. What's up? We are doing another pick a card love reading, and what we're doing today, you guys, is we are opening up the channel and tapping into who are you to your person, where do you stand with them, and what is it that they want ultimately from you and your guys' connection, okay? So keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general love reading, so whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with it. Claim it if it's something that you want to claim. If something isn't resonating or it's not quite landing, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with, all right? I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into your and your person's connection, you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, so go check them out, see which ones most fit your guys' need or interests, okay? Let's see, pile two, you were drawn to the Charoite stone. Let's find out who are you to your person. All right, we got ride the wave. So they can see you as somebody that's, or you and or this connection as being, you know, one that is or who is very easy, very go with the flow. With the dolphins here, this is like playful, fun. There's a lot of potential here. Okay, there's ease and flow here in this connection because there's, yeah, this is how your person sees. They see you and the connection this way. It's like the two of you just get along. You guys may have a lot of natural chemistry. There might be some issues though. Like that's the potential, because here we have the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And so the energy is here for you guys to take things to the next level, but we got something here that's creating tension, okay? I feel like the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like the Knight of Wands, this is the issue right here. We'll figure out what's going on with that, because the potential for you and your guys' connection with your person to go the distance, right? Because Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, if they were in the upright position, this would be like, oh my gosh, y'all are on like the express lane to marriage and happily ever after and all that fun stuff. But something or someone could possibly be getting in the way here, and we'll find out where that energy might be coming from. Your person, for who you are to them, they are definitely seeing you as somebody that they could marry, that they could build an empire, a family, an empire, a family, and a legacy with. But again, we got something going on here that's getting in the way, or feels like it's getting in the way of that. Let's find out. Show me. Let's see. Pile 2's person. Pile's overall thoughts and feelings and energy when it comes to pile 2, please. It'll help us understand who they are to them, where they stand, what they want, all that good stuff. Pile 2, what is their person's honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 2, or when it comes to pile 2 and their connection with pile 2, please? Aw, your person says that their heart belongs to you, pile 2, okay? You got their heart. Their heart belongs to you, definitely. Let's get a couple more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 2 and their connection with pile 2. It could just be like right person, wrong timing. There may not really be a lot of things getting in the way. We'll see. We'll see. That Knight of Wands in the reverse is really sticking out to me, though. Okay. We have no one compares to you. Your person is wanting to know, though, aren't you tired of dealing with my bullshit yet? And so, you know, your person could be the one that's in that Knight of Wands in reverse energy, just really impulsive, not very stable, or there's a very unstable energy here. And this is why we have this beautiful core of energy that you guys have, right? Beautiful potential to go the long, you know, what do they call that? To go what is that? To go the distance, right? To be in it for the long haul. Definitely here with my heart belongs to you, pile 2, and no one compares to you, pile 2. This is how your person feels about you and about this connection. However, you know, your person may not have been up until this point treating this connection like that. The way they may be showing up may not be communicating to you that their heart belongs to you and that no one compares to you, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have I feel so good when I'm with you. Again, and yeah, this is coming out right underneath Ride the Wave, you know, and that's why you guys have kind of like, there's a natural chemistry and a fire, you know, between the two of you that cannot be missed. Your person may have, you know, maybe tested the waters on that a little bit, you know? The Knight of Wands can be somebody that's very impulsive, likes their options. You know, it might be your person just may not be in the energy right now of being ready to settle down. Again, it could be just you're the right person, but there's something about timing. The timing is off for some reason, okay? I don't feel like it's because it says, aren't you tired of dealing with my bullshit yet? In parentheses, it says, I don't respect you, but I don't feel like it's a lack of respect that your person is experiencing, but that might be how you're feeling. You may be feeling like your person isn't showing you and or this connection the respect that it deserves and you deserve, and you might be right, but that's not coming from a place of your person not respecting you. There's something else going on, okay? There's something else going on, and this isn't one of those readings unless it just automatically comes out. What might be driving your person to have all these feelings for you, even up until the point of like wanting to get married, wanting to start a family with you, wanting to build a legacy and an empire with you, but not showing up and not actually following through with that. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Where does pile 2 currently stand with their person? Passion. Lots of passion between the two of you. Yeah, it even says insane chemistry, liking each other equally, having fun together. Yeah. Your person loves the energy that you bring to the table. They love it. And this is one of those things where it's a natural flow. This is the vibe of two people that can just be, chilling at home, not doing anything. And just because the energy between the two of you is so complementary, you still have fun even though you're not doing anything. You may not even be speaking. It's just that kind of a vibe. Let's see what else. Where does pile 2 currently stand with their person? Coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. Oh gosh, this is such a beautiful energy. Such a beautiful energy. Friendship is here. And so, yeah, your person sees you and they consider you to be the closest, a very close friend of theirs. Not just a friend though, right? I always talk about how, within the context, in the foundation of a romantic relationship, a marriage, whatever the case may be, you still do need to have a solid foundation of friendship. Otherwise, because people, and it can happen quite often, people can mistake a toxic attachment for a bond. But in this energy here, it's coming through that you and your person have a genuine bond. A genuine bond. They don't just see you as somebody, they don't just see you as a lover, right? They see you as someone with long-term potential, somebody that they can go to the distance with. Yes, they want to, they've contemplated marrying you, moving in together, living with you, doing life together, having a family, all that good stuff. And it's like they also see you as one of their closest friends, okay? That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced thinking that you're in love with somebody, but then after you work out the attachment issues and abandonment wounds and stuff like that, it's like, I don't even like this person. I've experienced that before, but I didn't understand that's what was going on because I was completely lost in the toxic attachment. I couldn't see that me and this person didn't actually get along. We really didn't have a lot in common. And honestly, I didn't even really like that person as a person, but because of my attachment, my toxic attachment to that person, I couldn't see that until, the fog cleared. All right, let's get one more. Who is pile 2? Where does pile 2 stand with their person right now? You are your person's happy place, pile 2. I have a card in the deck that I made that says that, but it didn't have to come out because the energy is there. It's all over the place, right? You're your person's happy space. You're somebody that they can see themselves coming home to after a long stressful day at work, and the minute they walk through the door, there's just a natural energy between the two of you. It's just that emotional baggage, just the stress just melts away, right? There's something so healing about your guys' connection. That's the potential for it anyway, right? It looks like your person has some things that they're needing to work through. That's the core of your guys' energy. If they're not surrendering to this connection, then they're only experiencing pockets of that. But it's like the vibe that I'm catching with you guys, pile 2, is you have the potential to have an everlasting honeymoon, the honeymoon phase never ending between the two of you, because that's just the natural dynamic that the two of you share. Give me one more. Where does pile 2 stand with their person? The golden mirror. And this is coming up right underneath, aren't you tired of dealing with my bullshit yet? And so this is self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship and love bombing. Yeah, your person has some of their own issues that they're needing to iron out. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, we have love, unconditional love, self-love. So they do love you, right? But they may have their own things that they're needing to work through. Again, it's that Knight of Wands in the reverse energy. Somebody who's very impulsive. And up until this point, you could have been experiencing this connection as very one-sided. That doesn't mean that the feelings aren't there, but your person is dealing with something, okay, that is making it difficult for them to really surrender to the amazing awesomeness that could be the connection between the two of you. The potential for it is there. It's all over the place in this reading. All right, let's see. Let's find out what they want from you and from this connection. And then we will wrap up your reading. Pile 1 or pile 2, if you got or you are getting from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it's resonating. Become part of the family if you haven't already, simply by subscribing. Just hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Let's see, for pile 2, what does pile 2's person want with pile 2 in their connection ultimately? What does pile 2's person ultimately want with them? Okay, we got money is tight, but it's showing up in the reverse. So in the upright position, it says money problems, not enough money, careful about expenditure. There's something about that might be too what could be causing your person to have some of this weird Knight of Wands in reverse energy. Something they could be tying their self-worth to the amount of money they are or are not making, and your person could be dealing with financial issues right now that for whatever reason is causing your person to maybe run away from this connection at this point in time. Okay, what does pile 2's person want with pile 2 in their connection with pile 2? This is almost coming through like your person's saying like they would feel a lot more comfortable yielding and surrendering to this connection when they feel like they got their financial stuff, like, yeah, that's why, because we got the 10 of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. Your person is not, what's coming through is your person wants to be an Emperor energy, right? Or King of Pentacles energy. They want their material world to be stable, but it's not. And that might be it. And there's something even deeper that's underlying that. And so again, your person could be seeing themselves as a failure, not being able to provide, not being a provider, not being able to support you guys, things like that. And so that could be triggering some wounding within your person that has them showing up in ways that isn't honoring you and your guys' connection, even though they want to. Your person does, at least internally, recognize and honor the bond between the two of you. They really do. And there's something that's triggering, like maybe their flight, their runner response, okay? What does pile 2's person want ultimately with pile 2? We got passion. Passion showing up twice. Come on now. They want sexy time with you, okay? But really what this is saying, and this is kind of interesting that this is showing up right underneath coffee cup. You guys have one hell of a dynamic, a chemistry between the two of you. This is craving you, sexual chemistry, lustful desires. They want that now, okay? Now with coffee cup, this is talking about maybe them kind of keeping things light and stuff like that, but not in the bedroom, right? This is letting you know, pile 1, that potential is there for your person to be like that with you outside of the bedroom, but for some reason they're not yet ready to carry that energy outside of the bedroom into, like, you know, the other 23 hours of the day. They are holding back. Your person's holding back. And what's coming through here is they don't necessarily want to hold back from you. You know, they're telling me, like, if your guys' passion and your connection was like a faucet, it's kind of like on a slow drip right now. And what they're wanting to do is have that false, not full, right? They don't want to make it to where it's completely like just rushing out, but more of a steady stream. Oh, and what they're saying is what they're wanting. They kind of want to slowly open up that faucet, right? They don't want to open it up all at once. Let's get one more. What does pile 2's person want with pile 2? What time is it? Okay. What is pile 2's wanting? What is pile 2's person wanting with pile 2? I got plans in a little bit. I got to make sure I'm keeping track of the time. What does pile 2's person want with pile 2? Ultimately, we got finality, but it's showing up in the reverse. They do not want this connection to be over. They don't want to lose you. Oh, wow. Back of the deck says children. They want children, okay? They want to involve children. So there's a couple of different messages, and both of them could be true. For those of you where you have kids and maybe they're not kids with this person, they want to meet your kids, or they would like to get your kids involved, you know, like they want to integrate families, okay? For some of you it is, they do want to have kids with you, and for some of you, if you do have kids with this person, this is kind of an energy of your person saying like they also, yes, they have this amazing chemistry with you. They want to do better by you, you know, but they're trying to figure out a way to do that. Finances being an issue here. They feel like they need to get their finances together. So yeah, all of that, but they also want to stay together for the kids, okay? Finality in the reverse, this is permanent end. Yeah, they don't want things between the two of you to end. And this is coming out on top of, you know, the golden mirror and aren't you tired of dealing with my bullshit yet? Your person is hoping and praying that you'll hold on and hang on to what you know to be true about your guys' bond and what is possible here. And they're hoping that, you know, you'll give them some grace and some leeway while they figure some of this stuff out. Because your person's end goal, pile 2, does feel like they want to get their shit together. They want to clean up their own messes, whether that's internal and or external. I'm hearing something about they want to start over with you, or just have a whole new start with you. And the end goal is the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles in the upright position, but they got to get themselves in order. They got to get themselves in order, which will help them get their lives in order, okay? Pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome back to my channel if you're new here. What's up? My name is Michelle. We are doing a Pick a Card Love reading where we are tapping in and channeling through who you are to your person, where do you stand with them, and what is it that they want, ultimately want from you and their connection with you. All right, Pile 3. So keep in mind, it's a general love, it's a collective love reading. Whatever resonates, you know, take it, do whatever you want with it, claim it if you want to, if it's something you want to claim. If it's something that's not quite landing, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, okay? Go see which one fits your needs. And I actually have this reading available as a personal reading. Who are you to them is the name of it. This exact reading, okay, if you want this as a personal reading as well. All right, you guys were drawn to, let's see, the flashy Labradorite heart. Let's find out who you are to your person. We have coming to life in the reverse. We have the number 29 or the number 11 could be significant. We also have the 7 of Cups in the reverse. The 6 of Wands in the upright position. We also have the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what's going on with coming to life in the reverse. It says the coming to life card is a gentle reminder to get out of your own way, to let go and let spirit lead. New life is unstable in the beginning and needs gentle care. Farmers don't go into their fields and pull up the shoots of plants to see how they're doing. They know that everything has its own cycle and growth. Let nature take its course. Find other things to focus on right now. Simplicity and small steps are the order of the day. When the time is right, you will see the miracle. Let me see real quick how your person is contributing to this energy that's here, because I can see it going a couple of different ways. Pile 3, let's see, Pile 3's person. Show me their honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3 and their connection with pile 3 at this point in time. I'm going to say they do see potential. They see the potential, but there's something blocking, okay, with that Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh yeah, and with coming to life being in the reverse too, I just need to see how their energy is factoring in. All right. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3 at this time, please. Moving slow but making progress. It's that Knight of Pentacles energy right there. Let's get one more. So they are wanting to make progress, okay, when it comes to this connection. Give me a couple more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 3, please, and their connection with pile 3. Okay, I see. I already see. Because the coming to life in the reverse card was talking about somebody basically being impatient, right? Planting seeds, but then, and that's kind of how they, like, they're seeing you, okay? Or that's their energy or who you are to them. There is potential here that your person is wanting to invest more in, and I will kind of see what's going on with this Ace of Cups here in the reverse, and I'll finish out the rest of, you know, the thoughts and feelings part of it, but I need to get this out while it's still coming, while it's still channeling through. Sorry if I'm if things are coming out disjointed. I don't know if it's just me warming up or if that's the actual channel itself. We'll see how things go. Just bear with me, pile 3. So with coming to life reverse, so at the core, pile 3, to your person, you are somebody who sparks new life in them, but you're also testing like their patience and their timing, their pacing. The connection itself feels tender in the context of, you know, I'm not saying that the two of you haven't been knowing each other for a while. There's still something very, what's another word for tender? I'm thinking in terms of how, like, the card was talking about seedlings and plants and stuff like that. You know, the connection does have the power and the ability to grow, but it needs space in order to grow. Your person might feel, pile 3, that, you know, you're the one that's constantly checking on the progress of the plant, and you're doing it like it's happening too often. You're checking on it too often, or, you know, they're experiencing a sense of pressure and or expectations before they feel ready, before they feel naturally inclined or naturally aligned to make, you know, progress. Again, progress is being made on your person's part in some way, shape, or form. The Knight is, you know, tangible results. And so, you know, it's the sprout on the seedling that you can see, right, in the 3D. So there is movement happening here, but it just may be going at a pace that is not to your liking. It may be happening way too slow. You know, so to your person, it's like, you know, you are, and this connection is, it has the potential to be a miracle in the making. But it's also coming through as a reminder to let spirit and not control lead. And so for whatever reason, pile 3, your person, like who you are to them, they may be feeling like you're trying to control the pacing, or you're trying to, you know, force things along or move things along. I don't want to say force. It's a little bit of a strong word, but you're wanting to move things along at a pace that your person isn't quite ready for. They're moving, to you, it could feel like a snail's pace, and it may very well be, but for whatever reason, that's the pace that your person is feeling comfortable in, right? You know, so it may not be, you may not be where you want to be in this connection with this person at this point in time, but wherever you are at with this person, at least they're feeling fully aligned to where you're at. right? This isn't them yielding and surrendering because you pressured them to do something when they weren't ready. I hope that makes sense. So with the Seven of Cups reversed, this is weird energy. This is all based off of how they, yeah, this is why they are making progress with you, because you do bring there is some kind of clarity that your person has when it comes to this connection. With the Seven of Cups being in the reverse, that can feel like, clarity after confusion. It can talk about cutting through illusion, cutting through fantasy, or having a solution to indecision, which, I do feel like your person has made a decision to move things forward, especially with the Six of Wands here. With the Six of Wands coupled right next to the Seven of Cups in the reverse, regardless of where options may have played a role, or your person keeping the door open, or wherever this connection may have possibly faced that, if it ever did, your person is now seeing you as being the one, or this connection as being the potential to be the one. But again, we got this Ace of Cups in the reverse. That's kind of like throwing things for a loop. As we go through more in the reading, we'll kind of find out maybe what's going on with that. But if there are any options, or if your person is keeping the door to options open, whatever the case may be, they're still seeing you as the one. Okay. There's hesitation around your person fully opening up their heart. So, with this Ace of Cups in the reverse, you could be somebody who stirs up very deep emotions in your person, but it might feel overwhelming to your person. Overwhelming, it could feel messy, maybe hard for your person to be able to clearly express. That might be why it's like they're taking things at such a snail's pace, moving things along, but in baby steps. It's almost like, they each step they take, they have to, ground their footing. This almost feels like your person making progress with you, but doing it while they're scared. There could be, your person could have a fear of commitment, or a fear of opening up and being vulnerable and stuff like that. The love is here. Feelings are here for you, pile 3, but it's those feelings, or that love, is either being repressed, delayed, or it's feeling blocked. So you are somebody to your person. They already feel love for you. They already have feelings for you, but they haven't fully let those feelings spill out yet, not even to themselves. It's almost like they're allowing themselves to experience that Ace of Cups energy in small doses. Your person could have a love-hate relationship with just love in general, or attachment in general, or romantic, relationships in general, or even commitment in general, right? And so that's why that's why this Ace of Cups is in the reverse. It doesn't feel so much like it's blocked energy. It feels like it's delayed. And the reason why it's delayed is because your person is opening up little by little, very small portions at a time. Opening up more, kind of sitting there for a minute, getting acclimated to that new space of opening up that they're in. And then they'll take another step forward, take some time to sit in that and get acclimated to that. And so they are opening up, but it's like little by little by little. And so with the Nine of Pentacles here, this is, all right, steady, dependable, growth and movement and progress. And your person is seeing you in this connection as worthy of long-term investment. And it feels like that's what they're doing, albeit it's in very slow increments, right? So to your person, pile 3, you in this connection, it's not just a fleeting attraction. It's something that is requiring, on your person's part, very slow and deliberate, cultivation. The Knight is the exact opposite of, just plowing forward in things. And so your person can see you as the one to move, they're seeing you in this connection as one to move things forward and move things along. but there is a need here for patience. Your person is not against commitment. They are a little bit leery of it, and they are moving in that direction. But again, it's like they have to get themselves acclimated to it, because they could have been, I don't know, they could have been hurt. They could have been hurt. They could have experienced, some really bad models or examples of marriage or just long-term commitments and stuff like that. And so, the desire is there, for commitment, for something more loving, for wanting to exchange, expressions of love and stuff like that. But it almost feels, it doesn't necessarily feel like foreign territory to your person. What it feels like, almost feels like one of those things where, for whatever reason, they kind of may have made a pact with themselves at some point in time that they weren't going to go down that road, or they weren't going to go down that road again. But it feels like in the energy that they are towards you, right? They are now kind of double backing on that and giving it another try. But, very slowly. They are definitely not diving in. This is the exact opposite energy of diving into a connection. And so who you are to your person, pile 3. You are a grounding force that cuts through illusions and brings clarity. You're also a source of pride and inspiration. Somebody that they feel like they can admire openly at some point, out in public with that 6 of Wands there, okay? So for those of you where, that's an interest of yours, or that has yet to happen, that is something that your person is not at all opposed to doing. Making this connection public, social media, official, whatever they call it. They're not opposed to it, but it's like happening in like very slow baby steps. And while that might be true, you also are somebody who could be deeply triggering your person emotionally, okay? They might see you as somebody that they feel very immense love for, but expressing that love could feel very raw, very scary. I'm even hearing skeptical. Your person still has some skepticism when it comes to romance, commitment, marriage, and stuff like that. So that's why they're taking it so slow. And then they also see you as, somebody, they see you in this connection as somebody in a connection that they can be in for the long haul. They can see they can see stability here. But again, there's something about your person like needing to get acclimated to it. This is kind of very indicative of somebody who, this is how the nervous system rewires itself. The nervous system rewires itself through actual experience. And so this is actually very promising if you guys, can be patient. This does show progress, like you are eventually, we'll see, at least the core of the energy is there. Because, if your person at any point in time, if their nervous systems at any point in time associated commitment and long-term, relationships and marriage as threats, right? Then, they're going to self-sabotage every single time. And so it may not seem like good news to you, but, as a reader and I read energy and I understand how the nervous system and the subconscious works, this is actually a good sign. Your person is doing exactly what they're needing to do to retrain or reprogram their nervous system to see a connection with you as a truly safe space. And that's because they're doing it in increments, right? They're like opening up the door. Okay, this is something new. Let's stay here for a minute. Let's get acclimated. Okay, this feels comfortable. This feels natural. This feels normal. Okay, let's take another step forward. That's exactly how you rewire the nervous system. That's what your person is doing. Let's find out more here. Okay, pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3, please. I'm not over you. Okay, so this is not your person moving on, and this is coming out right underneath the Six of Wands. I just heard, how could I? How could I get over you? Okay, they got you in this connection on a pedestal with the Six of Wands there. Okay, let's get one more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3, please. And then we got, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And that's coming out right underneath the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, your person. And then we got I'm ready at the bottom of the deck. That's interesting. Let me see what's going on there. Because the bottom of the deck energy isn't always the strongest. This feels like your person getting ready, right? With that Knight of Pentacles energy coming out twice here. Your person is in essence almost like they're understanding. And this might be your person taking personal responsibility and accountability for the pacing. That means pile 3 that they understand that they're moving at a snail's pace. And so they're even understanding why you might be, you might be impatient. And there's almost, they just shut that down. Okay, maybe we'll come back to it. But yeah, they are apologizing for things not being further along where you're at in your connection right now. Your person is trying, though, pile 3 is what they're saying. The thing is, though, in what I'm being shown or what I'm being given as an example, you're talking to somebody who's just learning how to swim. And for some reason, they are so scared of the water, and there could be a myriad of reasons why people would, have a not just scared. Yeah, some scared. And then for some of you, it feels like a phobia. Okay. And of course, water in this instance is equaling like, commitment and exclusivity and marriage and stuff like that. And so it's like they want to swim. They want to get in that pool with you. And have that experience with you, but they're trying to overcome their fear of the water. They're trying to overcome their fear of love, their fear of commitment. And so this isn't your person passively, they're not passive at all. Okay. Again, we got, moving slow, but they are making progress. And so this is your person, putting their feet in the water and kind of sitting there, right at where the stairs are at, just kind of sitting there with you for a minute. And then they're like, okay, this, I'm good here. This feels good. I'm ready to take the next step. And so they go down the next, part of the stairs with you, and they immerse themselves a little bit deeper. And then you guys kind of stop there and, okay, let me get used to this, and, let me breathe it out, and let me prove to my nervous system that this is okay, right? And then it's like, okay, good, let's move a little bit further, get a little bit deeper, right? But it's happening so slowly, and they're apologizing for that. And for some of you, especially if you've been holding space and extending grace to this person during this process, especially if you know where they're coming from and why they're so afraid of love and commitment and marriage and stuff like that, there's also gratitude coming through in your person's energy. Like you're kind of helping them like work through this. But I don't know if there's some of you might be, some of you are starting to get impatient here with this coming to life in the reverse, and they're apologizing. They understand it. They're apologizing. There's kind of a thing coming through in your person's energy. Please don't give up on, don't give up on me. I'm getting there, that kind of an energy. Yeah, they're getting ready with I'm ready in the reverse there. All right, where does pile 3 currently stand with their person? The runner in the reverse, okay? Upright position, it says runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to ego. So they're letting you know whatever delays in progress that you think you might be clocking, that's not them running, okay? That's just them camping out in that progressed spot until they get acclimated to it, and then they make another step forward. They're telling you, I'm not running from this connection, pile 3. That for some of you, that might feel what it looks like. To them, that's not what it is, because to them, they see themselves as moving things forward, right? Let's see, where else? Where does pile 3 stand with their person, please? Keys on a ring. Ooh. This is many options, decision, unconventional. Okay, unconventional. That's what it was. Unconventional, stringing along, one night stand. We'll see. And that is coming up right on top of the Six of Wands and saying, I'm not over you. So it doesn't necessarily feel, we'll find out what's going on with that. Unconventional, though, is being highlighted in terms of, like, you know, things in this connection aren't going according to like a normal timeline or what most people would consider normal. It is unconventional. But again, your person is dealing with some very deep-seated fears and doubts when it comes to commitment and stuff like that, that they are wanting to overcome, and they're overcoming those fears and those doubts in a way that is going to produce long-term results. So for instance, when I'm being given here, look, I just saw there's Paradise at the bottom of the deck. I got to get one more card out though, but there's a difference between, you know, being love bombed in the very beginning and, you know, going through like the honeymoon period, and then things fizzling out and dying out after, you know, like 6 months. And then you're like, what happened? Where did all that passion and all that drive and all that motivation, where did all the momentum go, right? Versus momentum building up slowly over time. At least, you know, when you get to that point with your person where, you know, they're expressing love to you on a daily basis and, you know, giving you the kind of connection that you really want and the goal, whatever your guys' end goal is, you're gonna know it's not just a flash in the pan because it was something that you guys built up to, right? It wasn't just chemicals and lust and infatuation and stuff like that, right? That's motivating that behavior. You're gonna know when you get to that point, your person is truly gonna be aligned in that energy. You know, far too often people get started in relationships and, you know, the novelty is there and, you know, you get everything you want within the first, you know, 4 to 6 months, and then things start to die down and fizzle out because there wasn't authentic energy. It wasn't being driven by love, right? It wasn't being driven by a true, honest connection and bond. It was being driven by novelty, lust, infatuation, and stuff like that. And so there's a message coming through from your person, pile 3, like maybe start to look at things from a different perspective, you know, see things from a different light. You guys are getting to that point, you know, albeit very slowly in the connection where you will eventually start to experience, like, you know, that honeymoon feeling with your person, but rather than it just being the result of, you know, novelty and lust and infatuation, it's going to be the result of a real, true, heart to heart, soul to soul bond and connection. Okay. You're building that. So that energy is going to be authentic between the two of you. That's going to be a honeymoon period. That's never going to leave because it's built on a solid foundation and not, you know, novelty. Let's get more. And just, you know, novelty and chemistry alone, right? Let's see. Where do they currently stand with, where does pile 3 currently stand with their person? Coffee cup coming out right on top of the Ace of Cups, and then photograph at the bottom of the deck. Let's see. Photograph says looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Yeah. So, I mean, your person, you know, they may not be showing it, but the love for you is there. The attachment to you is there. And the way that it looks that your person is building, you know, regardless of what their attachment style may have been, okay, it could have been avoidant, maybe fearful avoidant, somewhere on the avoidant spectrum. The way they're handling this connection, they're building it in a way where the attachment feels secure rather than insecure, okay? With a coffee cup, it says meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. Yeah, you know, and so that can also talk about the reason why the Ace of Cups energy is in the reverse and it's feeling delayed is because your person is really taking time to lay a solid foundation between the two of you, in your guys' bond and in your connection, so that it is authentic, so that it is built on friendship and a mutual respect and stuff like that, rather than just a flash in the pan. Okay, but I am picking up, and it's not too strong, but I am picking up some impatience on your guys' end, maybe a little bit of frustration, right? It's funny or interesting to note here, it says savoring the moment, because I do kind of feel like when your person takes that step forward after they've, already taken a scary step, and then they've let themselves stay in that spot until it no longer feels scary, it feels comfortable and natural and stuff like that, and then they'll take another step. It's like they'll get, like, at first they'll take that step and they'll take it and it's scary. Then they'll, they're like, okay, this is safe. They'll, they're allowing their nervous system to be like, okay, this is safe. And then they get to a point where they're actually savoring that spot with you, right? And then they're like, okay, time to take another step. So they do. It's like, I really, now that I'm delving more into this energy, pile 3, and I hope you can see this, because it feels really good. Because, again, whatever it is you guys end up experiencing with this person, it's going to be built on a very solid foundation. And what's coming through is like, you guys are going to be in a never-ending honeymoon period. But it's taking you guys a while to get there, but at least it's something that's going to be sustaining, versus like a flash in the pan that most people experience, because they didn't build, or their connection wasn't built on solid, on a solid foundation. It was built off of, novelty, lust, and infatuation. Okay, so your person is really kind of wanting you to look at things differently and see things from a different perspective, and see if you can't find the blessing, right? Yeah, I mean, that might require many of you to have faith. That might be a tall order for some of you, and I understand why that might be. Let's see, what are they wanting from you and from the connection? What does pile 3's person ultimately want with pile 3 and their connection with pile 3, please? They miss you when they're not with you, with photograph there. What does pile 3's person want with pile 3 in this connection with pile 3? Ultimately. What does pile 3's person ultimately want with pile 3? Okay. Yeah, this feels okay. So we got separation, karmic connection, and happiness for what they're wanting at the back of the deck. Is soulmate. This feels like the process by which their nervous system is allowing them to move forward in this connection, right? And that's really what happens when a nervous system is clocking something as a threat. It can take a minute for, experience in the 3D to neutralize what feels like a threat to the nervous system. And so there are moments when your person, and so what this is saying is there's still some work, internal work for them to have to work through, right? They're not in the deep end with you yet, right? At all. Yeah. And so this is them like slowly moving towards happiness in that soulmate bond between the two of you. We got soul connection, a friend/romantic partner, and compatibility. Yeah. Yes, snail space, right? But this is going to guarantee, pile 3, that when your person does make that final move, or whatever that move it is that you're wanting them to make, it's like they did it fully embodied, fully aligned. It's solid, right? They're not going anywhere. It's that kind of an energy. But they're having to work through some stuff. They're having to work through their urges of a nervous system that used to clock, relationships as possibly damaging or, very risky. And they're having to work through some, maybe some past traumas related to relationships, past unresolved issues, things of that nature. But again, as they do, it's like they are gradually stepping into, a happy ending with you. Happiness here says finding happiness, happy ending, feeling blessed and grateful. And what they're saying here, the energy or the message that comes through is they want all of this to be worth it, because your person is facing fears every single time they take a step forward with you. Okay, I mean, and those, again, those steps could be really small, but to them it feels like a leap, because they're facing some kind of, you know, fear, doubts, maybe even inner demons, like head on. And with the end goal of having a happy, you know, a happy I was going to say the happy ending because that's what's there, but what they're saying is happily ever after, the end goal of having happily ever after with you. Yeah. All right, pile 3, that was your reading. If this resonated, do me a favor, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I will see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys.